Well, here at the fair, a number of Georgia farms were recognized for being in continuous operation for 100 years. Known as the Centennial Farm Program, Mark Wildman attended the ceremony and profiles one of the farms that was honored.
At the Miller Murphy Howard Building in Perry, participants filled a very large meeting room to capacity to honor some very special Georgia farms. It was all part of the Georgia Centennial Farms Award presentation, and it honored Georgia farms that have been in continuous operation for at least 100 years.
You know, I want you to think back about 100 years ago and think what people were doing then. You know, back then everyone lived on a farm. Just about everyone lived on a farm because that's where they made their living and grew the crops that their family ate, and then they sold a little bit of it on the side to make enough money to buy the stuff they couldn't grow.
The Centennial Farms program is administered by the Georgia Department of Natural Resources and is supported by Georgia Farm Bureau, Georgia Forestry Commission, and the Georgia Department of Agriculture. This year, 18 farms were honored for staying in production through good times and bad. One of those farms is Southern Pecan Orchards of Macon County. David LEVIE and his son Danny are carrying on the family farm.
Well, my great-grandfather moved here in 1909, and in 1910 he bought the place. I've got the one of the payment slips where he paid partial payment on the plantation of $9,500.
Over the years, this farm has had good years and some not so good years, but the family has done everything in its power to make sure the farm is ready for the next generation.
Well, you have a tradition that you feel responsible for carrying on, and I found that I loved it. I was in retail and farmed at the same time, and I found I just loved growing pecans or pecans or however you want to call them. That was what I liked. We had chicken houses. We sold them back in 2004. And so this is what I like. This is what I'll die doing.
Even on a dreary rainy day, this family takes pride in watching the rain rush off the old rooftops of buildings that have stood the test of time.
Well, we've got an old barn. We've got the shelter here. We've got some other old shelters. The old hen house is still intact out there. It was made of brick, so it's really never had to do anything to it.
Pecans have seen an increase in demand and price over the years, and the hope is that popularity will last because things are looking good for the next 100 years.
I'm looking forward to that too, and raising my boy in the pecan industry and watching him learn about it and maybe pass it on to him when time comes.
I know we were putting a gate in here one day, and my granddaddy asked me, "Does that suit you?" I said, "Suit me? It's got to suit you." He said, "No, you're the one going to use it." And so that's always ingrained in you.
Reporting from Macon County, I'm Mark Wildman for the Georgia Farm Monitor.